Have you ever wondered what it truly means to prepare for life's most inevitable moment? It's a topic we rarely discuss, but one that touches us all, whether through a loved one or in our own lives. Understanding the body's signals as it transitions can bring profound peace and clarity, replacing fear with compassion. In today's video, we'll uncover 5 critical signs that indicate someone may be nearing the end of life. This is not about fear, it's about love, respect, and providing comfort during life's final chapter. Stay with us until the end, because the last sign we'll explore is often overlooked, yet it holds the key to offering the deepest sense of peace and connection in those final moments. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Sign number 1. Decreased appetite and thirst. One of the earliest and most noticeable signs that someone may be nearing the end of life is a significant decrease in appetite and thirst. This change often comes suddenly and can be distressing for loved ones to witness. As the body begins to slow down and prepare for its final stages, it no longer requires the same levels of energy or hydration to function. This natural reduction in the need for nourishment is a key indicator of the body's transition. You may observe your loved one refusing meals they once enjoyed or eating only a few bites before feeling full. Foods that were once favorites might no longer hold any appeal. Similarly, they may drink very little, or stop asking for water and other beverages altogether, even if they haven't consumed much throughout the day. This is not a sign of neglect or indifference, but rather the body signaling its changing needs. It's important to understand that this shift is a natural and expected part of the dying process. The body is conserving its limited energy and gradually preparing to shut down its systems. While it can be emotionally challenging to see someone you care about eating or drinking less, it's crucial to resist the urge to push food or fluids on them. Encouraging or forcing consumption when it's not desired can lead to discomfort and may even worsen their condition. When the digestive system begins to slow, the body is no longer able to process large amounts of food or liquid. Forcing someone to eat or drink at this stage can result in nausea, bloating, or choking, all of which can add to their distress. This is why it's essential to focus on providing comfort rather than nourishment. What can you do during this time? If your loved one shows a willingness to eat, offer small portions of soft, easy-to-swallow foods, such as broth, pudding, or applesauce. A few sips of water or a soothing drink like herbal tea can also be comforting if they are open to it. However, if they express no interest in food or drink, that's okay too. Respect their wishes and focus on their overall comfort rather than their intake. There are other ways to help alleviate their discomfort. For example, if their mouth feels dry, you can moisten their lips with a damp cloth, use a gentle lip balm, or offer ice chips to soothe dryness. These small acts of care can make a significant difference without overwhelming their body. Creating a calm and peaceful environment during mealtime can also provide emotional support. Sit with them, hold their hand, and talk to them softly. Often, the presence of a loved one is more nourishing to the spirit than any meal could be to the body. Share memories, offer words of reassurance, or simply be there in silence, letting them feel your love and support. Rather than fixating on how much they eat or drink, shift your focus to how they feel. This stage isn't about prolonging life through nourishment. It's about recognizing and honoring the body's natural transition. Your role is to provide love, compassion, and understanding during this time. Remember, the goal is not to extend life through forceful means, but to ensure that their remaining time is spent in peace, comfort, and dignity. By respecting their body's signals and offering emotional support, you're helping them transition most lovingly and compassionately as possible. Sign number 2. Changes in breathing patterns, Cheyne-Stokes breathing. As someone approaches the end of their life, profound physical transformations become evident, particularly in their breathing patterns. These changes can be deeply poignant for those witnessing them, characterized by prolonged gaps between breaths, shallow inhalations, or intermittent episodes of rapid, heavy breathing followed by moments of complete stillness. Cheyne-Stokes breathing, as this irregular pattern is clinically termed, may initially unsettle loved ones who are unfamiliar with its manifestation. However, it is crucial to recognize that these shifts are natural occurrences as the body readies itself for the final stages of life. This breathing pattern occurs due to the body's diminishing capacity to regulate its systems, notably the brain's waning control over consistent breathing rhythms. While Cheyne-Stokes breathing may sound laborious or erratic, it typically does not induce distress in the individual experiencing it. The pauses between breaths can vary from fleeting seconds to longer intervals lasting up to a minute. Witnessing these pauses might provoke anxiety or concern, as it may appear momentarily as if the person has ceased breathing altogether, only to resume with a sudden deep breath. When observing these changes, maintaining a composed demeanor is paramount. Panicking serves no constructive purpose. Instead, focus on creating a serene and supportive environment. Reassure your loved one with a gentle touch, soothing words, and a reassuring presence. If uncertainty persists or if the breathing pattern shifts abruptly, seek guidance from medical professionals. Engaging with a hospice or palliative care team can provide invaluable insights and emotional solace during this profound stage. They can offer clarity on what to anticipate as the body navigates its final journey. Depending on the individual's comfort, medical interventions such as medication or supplemental oxygen may be recommended to alleviate any discomfort. Cheyne-Stokes breathing may manifest intermittently in the days or even weeks preceding death. While it does not uniformly signal imminent passing, it signifies the body's progression toward its natural conclusion. Preparing emotionally for these transformations can mitigate the impact when they occur. Embrace the understanding that this process is part of the natural cycle of life. Though challenging, your composed presence can offer immense comfort to your loved one. Redirect your focus from the mechanics of breathing to nurturing an environment where they feel secure, cherished, and at ease. Your steadfast support ensures they transition with dignity and peace, embodying the profound bond you share through this journey. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Sign number 3. Increased sleep and withdrawal. As someone nears the end of life, one of the most profound and noticeable changes is a significant increase in sleep paired with a tendency to withdraw from the world around them. You may observe your loved ones spending most of their time resting, with longer and more frequent periods of sleep throughout both the day and night. This increased need for rest often signals that the body is conserving its limited energy as it prepares for the final stages of life. When they are awake, you might notice that they seem drowsy, unfocused, or even disoriented. They may respond less to conversations, show little interest in activities that once brought them joy, or seem detached from the environment around them. This shift can be deeply challenging to witness, especially if your loved one was once lively, engaged, and full of vitality. However, it's essential to understand that this behavior is not a reflection of their love or connection to those around them. It is a natural and biological process. During this time, the body prioritizes its remaining energy for essential functions, causing a decrease in the need or ability to interact physically, emotionally, or socially. The withdrawal is not a conscious decision but a reflection of the body's inward focus as it begins to shut down. As such, your loved one may appear less interested in conversations, even with close family members or friends. Familiar voices may no longer elicit the same responses, and their awareness of time, place, or even the presence of loved ones may start to blur. For family members and caregivers, this stage can feel isolating and even painful, as the once vivid connection with your loved one begins to fade. It's not uncommon to feel a sense of rejection or loss as they become less responsive or engage less with the world. However, it's important to remember that this withdrawal is not personal. It is simply the body and mind preparing for the transition. Despite their withdrawal, there are still ways to provide comfort and companionship. Sitting quietly by their side, holding their hand, or speaking gently to them can offer reassurance, even if they do not visibly react. Remember that hearing is often the last sense to fade, so your words of love and support may still reach them, offering solace in their final days. Understanding and accepting these changes can help you navigate this emotional time with greater compassion and patience. Recognizing that increased sleep and withdrawal are natural aspects of the dying process may bring you some comfort, knowing that your presence, even in silence, continues to be a source of love and support for your loved one. Sign number 4. Changes in skin color, pale, bluish, or mottled skin. As someone approaches the end of life, one of the most noticeable and common physical changes is a significant alteration in skin color. This can manifest in a variety of ways, including a pale, bluish, or mottled appearance, particularly noticeable on the hands, feet, and legs. These changes are typically a result of the body's gradual process of shutting down, where blood circulation begins to slow. The body focuses its remaining energy on sustaining the vital organs, like the heart and lungs, which are crucial for immediate survival. As circulation diminishes, less blood reaches the outer extremities, causing the skin to lose its usual warmth and color. The change in skin color can occur subtly or more abruptly, depending on the individual's condition. In many cases, this is especially evident in mottling, which appears as blotchy purplish, reddish, or darkened patches. Mottling typically begins in the lower extremities, such as the feet and legs, and may slowly progress upward toward the torso. You may notice that the skin on the hands, especially the fingertips, also takes on a bluish hue and becomes cooler to the touch. This is because the body is diverting its blood flow from less critical areas to the heart and brain in its final stages of energy conservation. While the changes in skin color can appear alarming to caregivers and family members, it's important to recognize that this is a completely natural part of the body's transition as it prepares for the end of life. It does not usually cause discomfort or pain for the person experiencing it. The body, in essence, is simply redirecting its resources to essential functions, and this reduction in circulation is an expected sign of the dying process. As difficult as it may be to witness, it is crucial to understand that these skin changes do not reflect any ongoing suffering or distress on the part of the person. They are simply signs that the body is naturally winding down. Additionally, as circulation decreases, the skin becomes more fragile and less resilient. You may notice that the skin tears more easily or bruises with minimal contact. This happens because, without adequate circulation, the skin loses some of its protective oils and moisture. The skin becomes thinner, and its ability to regenerate diminishes, making it more vulnerable to damage. Again, this is a part of the body's natural process, and though it may seem upsetting, it does not indicate any new or increased pain or discomfort for the person. These physical changes in appearance can be emotionally challenging for family members and caregivers, especially if the loved one's appearance is very different from what it once was. The visual impact of these changes may feel unsettling, and it's normal to feel sadness or distress. However, it is helpful to remind yourself that these changes are not a reflection of suffering. They are simply a natural and inevitable part of the body's transition during the final stages of life. What can you do to help? While it is difficult to see a loved one undergo these changes, your role as a caregiver is to provide warmth, comfort, and reassurance during this time. As blood circulation slows, the person may feel cold, even in a warm room, due to the body's inability to maintain warmth in the extremities. To support your loved one, gently cover them with soft blankets, especially around the hands, feet, and legs, which are most prone to becoming cold. Be sure to use gentle fabrics that provide warmth without being abrasive, as their skin may be more sensitive than usual. It is also advisable to avoid using electric blankets or heating pads directly on the skin, as their fragile skin may become too sensitive to handle direct heat. Instead, a warm compress placed near their body can provide comfort without irritating them. When it comes to the skin itself, try to avoid any excessive movement or vigorous rubbing, as this can cause the skin to tear or bruise more easily. Instead, gentle touches, like holding their hand, adjusting their blanket, or placing a warm compress near their body, can offer a comforting presence. These small, tender gestures can bring a sense of peace and calm, even if your loved one is no longer able to respond verbally. Finally, it's important to recognize that these changes in skin color and fragility are simply part of the natural dying process. While it's undeniably difficult to witness these physical transitions, remember that they are signs of the body preparing for the end of life. Your role is to provide comfort, reassurance, and warmth, making sure that your loved one feels safe, loved, and supported during this time. Your presence, care, and gentle touch are incredibly important, as they help your loved one feel at ease, protected, and cared for during their final journey. In these final moments, remember that the love and attention you give will bring profound comfort, and that the physical changes are a natural and non-painful part of the process. You are providing a powerful, loving presence, helping your loved one experience peace as they transition from this life. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Sign number 5. Emotional and spiritual shifts. One of the most profound and deeply moving changes that often occur when someone nears the end of life is a noticeable shift in their emotional and spiritual state. As individuals enter the final stages of their lives, many begin to reflect on the journey they've traveled, looking back on the memories, relationships, and experiences that have shaped them. This reflection often brings them face to face with their fears, regrets, and long-held questions, but it can also lead to a remarkable sense of inner peace, even amid their transition. In these moments, people may experience a range of emotional and spiritual shifts. For example, it's not uncommon for individuals nearing the end to report vivid encounters with loved ones who have already passed away. They may describe seeing or speaking with those who have crossed over, or they might mention feeling an unseen presence in the room with them. While such experiences can be mystifying or unsettling to those around them, they often provide the person who is transitioning with a deep sense of comfort and connection. These encounters can feel like reunions, providing reassurance that they are not facing this final journey alone. In addition to these spiritual experiences, this stage can also bring about a profound transformation in a person's priorities. The things that once seemed all-consuming, daily routines, material possessions, or unresolved conflicts, may suddenly feel insignificant. What once held great importance may now fade into the background, while more meaningful pursuits come to the forefront. For some, this shift manifests as a desire for emotional or spiritual closure. The person may feel compelled to share their life stories, to offer forgiveness to those they've held grudges against, or to express gratitude to loved ones. These moments of reconciliation and acknowledgement can bring a sense of peace to both the individual and their family members. On the other hand, some people may prefer solitude during this time, choosing to withdraw from conversations and interactions as they engage in deep, quiet reflection. This introspective period is often not one of sadness, but of preparation, an emotional and spiritual readiness for what is to come. As people approach the end of their lives, they may talk about going home or seeing the light, expressing a sense of comfort and acceptance regarding their imminent passing. Even those who once feared death may begin to understand it as a natural and inevitable part of the human experience, letting go of the anxieties that once held them captive. For many, this stage brings an unexpected and surprising sense of calm. The anxieties that once surrounded their health, their relationships, or their fears of the unknown may dissipate, replaced by a quiet acceptance. There is often a deep sense of resolution, as though the person is coming to terms with their life and the time they have left. This can be a deeply spiritual experience, one that is not only about physical death but about a profound understanding and acceptance of life itself. What should you do? When supporting a loved one through this emotional and spiritual transition, the most important thing you can do is to listen with an open heart, free of judgment. If they talk about seeing loved ones who have passed, don't immediately dismiss these experiences as hallucinations or confusion. Instead, embrace it as part of their personal, spiritual journey. Even if you don't fully understand or experience what they are describing, your acceptance and non-judgmental presence can be incredibly comforting. If the person seems willing to share more, gently encourage them with open-ended questions. Questions like, "What do you feel?" or "What are you thinking about?" can help guide them to express their emotions and thoughts. These conversations can offer a meaningful opportunity to connect and understand their perspective on this life transition. However, it's also important to respect their need for silence. If they prefer to reflect quietly, allow them the space to do so. Your presence, without the need for constant words, is one of the most valuable gifts you can offer. Sometimes, simply being there, sitting by their side, holding their hand, or quietly listening, is all that's needed. It's a powerful reminder that they are not alone during this deeply emotional journey. The act of being present, without trying to fix or change anything, can be incredibly healing. As you walk alongside them during this time, honor their spiritual journey, whatever it may look like. Whether they are seeking closure, forgiveness, or simply peace, your compassion, acceptance, and love can provide immense comfort. Every person's journey is unique, and your willingness to support them, in whatever way they need, can make all the difference in helping them find peace during this final chapter. As we reflect on everything we've shared today, let's take a moment to think about the lessons we've learned. What stood out to you the most? How will you apply this wisdom to your life moving forward? We'd love to hear from you. Comment below with one thing you've learned and how you plan to bring it into practice in your daily life. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to leave your comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Your support means the world to us. Thank you for being here, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon.